Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class. Our textbook is Weekend 3 and today inshallah we will cover Unit 9. My school is cool. Finding out time. On pages 66 and 67. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Akil. So let's begin. Our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to build up questions and answers about school and also to write short, simple words or phrases to complete the paragraph. So what we're going to do today is that we're trying to know how to make questions and answers also about our school and everyday life in our school, and also to write short words or maybe phrases just to complete a paragraph. So to begin with, I would like you please to open your books on page 66. I would like you please to open your books on page 66. Now, on page 66 in the finding out time here, what we're going to do is that first we're going to listen to different questions and also we're going to listen to answers. And not only this, but also after we listen, we're going to choose, after we listen to the question, we're going to choose the answers that we mostly can use. So for example, here we're going to show, as the first example, we're going to show a question like, what's the name of your school? What's the name of your school? And after this, we will see answers similar to this. Little Rock Elementary School or Bedrock Elementary School. So here, as you can see here, this sign means that you have to choose. Either you have to choose Little Rock Elementary School or Bedrock Elementary School. And how is this important? Because it will help us to know how to choose or what to choose and what are the options that we can choose from if we want to talk about our school. So now let's listen, and also I would like you to say the question after me, and then you can have a look here and choose your school, and even you can replace it with your own. So let's start listening to the first question. What's the name of your school? What's the name of your school? The other person can say Little Rock Elementary School or Bedrock Elementary School. So this is about the first picture. Here we have a question about the name of school. So here we can choose just the first name, Little Rock Elementary School. We can say Riyadh Elementary School or Jeddah Elementary School. So here we can think of our school and put it here in the beginning, elementary school. Now let us move on and see the second picture. Here, let's listen now to the second question and then also to read the answer and choose from the answer that we can relate to. So the question is, how many students are there in your school? How many students are there in your school? And the answer is about 1,000, about 500, or about 100, or I don't know. So here also we have multiple answers that we can choose from. We can say, when someone asked us about how many students we have in our school, we can say about 1,000, we can say about 500, and also we can say, I don't know. So I need you to have these questions in mind because we're going to write about all of these information we can see here. So if someone asks you about how many students do you have or are there in your school? You might say, I have or we have about 1,000 or 500 or I don't know. This is regarding the second question. Now let us move on to the third one. The third question we have is, do you have school lunch at your school? Do you have school lunch at your school? Yes, we do every day. Or, no, we don't. We bring our own. So also, this is the third question for you. Do you have school lunch at your school? Does your school provide lunch for you? If the answer is yes, then we can choose the first one. We can say, yes, we do, every day. And also we can say, no, we don't. We bring our own. We bring our food or our lunch from our houses. So here, for this question, you can choose in any of these two answers. Either you would say, yes, we do have school lunch every day, or you would say, no, we don't, because we bring our own. Now, this is regarding the third one. Now, let us move on to the fourth one. Does your school have a school bus? Does your school have a school bus? Yes, it does. It has a big yellow bus, or no, it doesn't. So here is also another question about your school and specifically about your school bus. And that question is, does your school have a school bus? If the answer is yes, then you can say, yes, it does. It has a big yellow bus. And if your school does not have a bus, then you can choose the second answer, which is, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So here you can have or you can choose any of these two answers when you are asked about your school bus. Now, moving on to the fifth question. Let's listen to the fifth question. Do you have a school uniform? Do you have a school uniform? Yes, we do. Or, no, we don't. So here, this is another question also about your school and specifically about your school uniform. So the question says that, does your school has a school uniform or special uniform that all the students of your school should wear? If the answer is yes, then what we should say, yes, we do. And if the answer is no, then what we should say is, no, we don't. It's very important that we remember these two answers as they are the only possible answers for such questions. And next with our final question, which is, what time does your school start? What time does your school start? So when you wake up, at what time exactly do you go to school? So let's see the possible answers that we can choose from. We can say, it starts at 7, or it starts at 7:30, or it starts at 8 o'clock, or it starts at 8:30. So here also you can have as many answers as you like. So one more time, the question asks about what time does your school start? And here just think of your school and just think of the time that usually the school starts. If it's one of them, then you have to use one. You can say it starts at 7 o'clock, or it starts at 6:30, or it starts at 7:30, or it starts at 8 or 8:30. Also, it's very important that we know all of this information about our school. First, we talk about the name of our school. Also, we did talk about the school lunch, and also we talk about the number of students, and we talk about the time that the school usually starts, and also we talked about the school bus. So a lot of things here we can know and we can think for about our school. Now, what I want you to do is would like you to call your classmates or even your family members and just try to practice all of these questions and change the information. So for example, we did talk about the specific times that usually the school starts. Then you can have your own information. You can say, well, my school does not start at 7, it starts at 6:30. And even you can say specific information about the school bus. You can say, well, yes, my school has a school bus, but it's not yellow, it is a white bus. Also, you can say about the name of your school. You can add as many information as you like about your own school. Now, this is regarding our first page, page 66. So now, I would like you please to turn to page 67. I would like you please to turn to page 57. On page 57, we have an interesting writing task that we need to do. And this writing task is about the information that we just listened to before. So let's read the questions. Also, let's read the text and try to figure out some examples so we can know what to fill in with. The question says, can you fill in the blanks and then talk about your school? So here, as you can see, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 blanks. And what we need to do here is to fill in these blanks, to write down these blanks. For what? For information about our school. For information about our school. So let's read here what the kind of information that this question asks us to fill in, and then we can give many examples about what we should write. So let's start with number 1. So this is your writing, and this is how we're going to talk about your school. Hi, let me introduce my school. Let me introduce my school. Let me introduce, it means let me give you information about my school. Let's start with the first one. The name of my school is, so here in the first blank, what you should write is the name of your school. You can say it is Little Rock Elementary School or Riyadh Elementary School or Jeddah Elementary School. So here you need to think of the name of your school and write it here in the first blank. Now let's read the second sentence so we know what is the kind of information we should fill in the second one. There are about blank students in my school. So here, the second information, what we should fill it in with? We should fill it with the number of students. We should fill in the second sentence with the number of students. For example, there are about 500 students in my school, or there are about 800 students or 1,000 students in my school. So you don't have to give the exact number because this is why we use about. About means it's not a specific number, but also it gives a number that is near the right one. So here we can use there are about, and then we mention the number of student. So the first one is about the name. The second one is about the number of student. Let's read the third one. The third one, we blank school lunch at our school. So here you have two options. Either you say, we have school lunch at our school, or you would say, we don't have school lunch at our school. So just think of your school and tell me what you should write here in the third blank. Now, as for the fourth one, our school blank a school bus. So here, what we should write about is our school bus. Our school has a school bus, or our school doesn't have a school bus. So this is also something we need to think of about our school here in the fourth sentence. Next, we blank a school uniform. We a school uniform. So here we should write either we have a school uniform or we don't have a school uniform. So just think about your school and write down the answer here. As for the final one, which is the easiest one, our school starts at, and here what you should fill in the last blank is the exact time. Our school starts at 6:30, or our school starts at 7, or our school starts at 7:30. So here in the last one you mentioned the time. So name, number of student, whether you have a school lunch, whether you have a school bus, and whether you have a school uniform. And with the last one, you should write the time when the school starts. So at the end, it's very important that you can ask a friend 3 questions about his or her school, and also to write about my school and talk about it. So to say 2 questions, 3 questions to a friend about your school, and also to write about my school and talk about it to your family member or even your classmates and your teacher. So now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.